One of my favorite ways that game developers can tell a story is without words. Just the environment, the feelings, the music invoked, and the interactions your character has with the characters around them. This is one of those games. I'm excited that we get to talk about Herdlings, which comes out today. Hi, my name is Nikki. Welcome to my corner of the internet. I am so excited to have you here as we talk about Herdlings, which just released today. Real quick though, I do want to say thank you to the devs and the publishing team for allowing me to play the game early by over a week. Herdlings is a brand new game from Okomotive, creators of the atmospheric and acclaimed Far Games, and Panic, the publishers of Firewatch. In this game, you head out on a grand alpine expedition with a herd of lovable beasts known as calicorns, and my god are they cute. So you ascend a mountain path, you encounter different dangers, surprising obstacles, and you're trying to forge your way all the way up to the summit and maybe beyond. So in this game, you're guiding all of your herd, you're protecting them. You do inherently fall in love with them because they're cute and they have different personalities. You get to traverse stunning environments with different forests, snowy plateaus, and forgotten valleys. And you also have to hone your herding skills to protect your herd from danger, whether it is stuff that just can hurt them on ground in the environment or potential predators that you may encounter throughout the game. It is a wordless tale, so all of your story elements, you have to be very mindful of the environment and stuff going on and the interactions you have with different things in order to understand what is going on. But that is something that when done right is so refreshing and is so nice. I've played 2 hours of the game so far. I've been told that it takes between 4 and 6 hours to finish, so I'm about halfway through. When I first started playing the game, it was in a city environment. You're waking up underneath an underpass of some sort, and you just kind of walk out, you hear a car alarm going, and then you meet your first calicorn, which I affectionately let the random generator for the name go and named him Alec. But after getting out of the city environment and getting through the tutorial area, collecting a few calicorn, one of the first things that I really was hit with outside of the art was the music. And we'll get to the art later. But I was greatly enjoying just the atmospheric music and the tone, and I found myself continually throughout my time playing this game really loving the music and how it added to the different scenes and added depth and emotion to what you were doing, whether you're just going through a forest or climbing up the mountain. It really complemented the art style and the environment that you were in that moment. Which, speaking of that, the art and the environment, it is a game that is beautiful to look at. It is gorgeous. You have stunning mountainscapes. You're in forest. Everywhere we were at, if there was a moment to sit and rest and not have to try to move anything or get out of the way of danger, I wanted just to enjoy that moment. It was so relaxing and beautiful. Now, this is a game centered around herding animals, so I was expecting to be able to pet them, and you can, of course, pet them. You also, as a main part of this game, have to take care of them. You're not just herding them from place to another. They need to be fed. They like getting pets. They have different personalities, I found out. And you also can give them gifts. And when you do, they are adorable. They do little happy dances and everything. There's a really wholesome moment in the game that still sticks with me. And that is when you're at a campsite and you find that the one calicorn has found a ball and just wants to play fetch. So you end up playing fetch just to make them happy. Some of the calicorn somehow get sticks and all in their fur, and you have to help brush them out. They love getting pets. The one just snuggles his head up to you if you continue petting him. And it's stuff like that I was like, oh, this is so nice. This is so relaxing. It's great. So as I said earlier, the story does unfold in the environment. You have to pay attention to how the calicorn are reacting. You have to pay attention to just the environment itself and the drawings and the paintings that are in the environment. There's also these dream sequences that happen when you go to sleep that seem to be more like visions of the future, but paying attention to the environment is very, very important to understanding the story and just kind of where it's going. The story does start off with a lot of questions. My first question is, why are we sleeping under an overpass? Why is this calicorn in the city? Why are there a couple calicorns in the city? And then you just kind of keep having these questions, like after the first dream sequence, who is the person with the skull and the horns that seems to be guiding us to wherever it is we are going? And then also, why are there so many shrines to what look like the calicorn as we explore? So it's just a lot of questions that make me want to continue playing the game. It wouldn't be a first look or a review from me if we don't talk about the accessibility options. Now, there are some accessibility options. I was a little surprised not to see anything when it came to colorblind modes, but they did have other options there. So you can toggle the sprint and you can just toggle an auto run feature instead of the like hold it down and then do a single press in order for them to run. There is a toggle for the HUD, but I didn't notice the HUD. I had it on. I just didn't notice it when I was playing the game at all. And there is one that I'm probably going to turn on because when I discovered that the calicorn can in fact perish, I immediately save scummed. So I'm just going to turn that feature on, and that is calicorn immunity, so we don't lose any of our friends. But when it comes to accessibility, I wish there was more, but I'm glad they at least have that menu and there are some options there. And again, I got to play this before release. There could be a patch, there could be some additions now that the game is out. Just keeping that in mind. Now, my only complaint that I have about this game, which is probably going to be patched out anyways, is that I had some stuttering. I also was recording on the same PC that I was playing the game on, and I was playing the game on high. If I had turned it down, I might not have had to deal with the stutter. If you're looking to get this game, I think it is absolutely worth it. Again, it is a 4 to 6 hour adventure. It is something you can do in a single night if you want to, or break it up into 2 nights. It's absolutely gorgeous. There are tense moments where you have to make sure your calicorn are being protected and you're taking care of them, but you also get the flip side of having those like wholesome moments with those same calicorn when you're just at camp. Overall, I'm really excited to dive into the rest of the story and see where it goes, and also just be able to immerse myself further in the environment, the art, the music. This game is ESRB rated teen, specifically for the violence and the blood. This game also comes out on all major platforms, so Steam, Xbox Game Pass, PlayStation, and Nintendo Switch. Though it doesn't specifically say Switch 2, it only says Switch. And this is just a single player game. Thank you for sticking around and watching this video. It is greatly, greatly appreciated. If you like this video, hit the subscribe button. It's very helpful. I'm also on other platforms, but if you're on YouTube a lot, don't you want to find me on the platform that you're on frequently? Don't worry, I will have more of these first looks coming out soon. Also, just roundups of games I'm excited for in the next few months, clips from live streams over on Twitch, and other game-related shenanigans soon. Thank you for watching, greatly appreciated, and thank you to the team over at Okomotive and Panic for allowing me access to this game early. Thank you. Goodbye. See you next time. See you soon. Enjoy. Be good.